This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com.
Hello everybody, it's your old pal Rob. Today we're talking more about, and kind of our part two of Cloudspire, all the new stuff that came out for it. Today we're going to be covering the Uprising, the miniatures expansion, and the upgrade kit for original backers and people like myself. Some of the things that you're going to see that is going to upgrade and fix a lot of things. And make understanding the game a lot easier, but we'll talk about that. So without further ado, let us go check out all this wonderful stuff from one of the greatest companies out there, Chip Theory Games, Cloudspire, the Uprising. Okay, so we're going to take a look at the Uprising, a new faction. It's really kind of neat because this faction is basically just mercenaries. And they finally banded together and they said, they're waiting for their opportunity for all of Anacar to be in complete chaos and take over. There's a ton of great things for the market in here as well, and really does add a lot of new twists and turns into it. As you can see, we have some dice here. Right here, of course, is going to be your play mat. As you can see, it's a little different than the other ones that you've seen, and it does a lot of different things. There's a thieves' den, a rogue garrison, and a reconstruction lab that you're going to be able to take complete advantage of. Like I said in the book Anacar, this here, the Uprising scenario book, really just gives you the 4 scenarios that you'll find in Anacar, but Anacar gives you a lot more story to it. I mean, this dude looks cool. He looks innocent, but he's a rogue. He's a mercenary. Don't trust him, okay? As you can see, the chapters are all laid out for you, and setup is all taken care of, and how and where you're going to put everything and get your game going. Another fantastic book. You're going to get to the new play sheets with this, the landmarks and talents, the market talents and landmarks, and of course the Uprising, and the creatures that the mercenaries that you're going to be using, and the gates that you're going to be using throughout this campaign. It's going to come with the 4 solo campaigns and 2 co-op scenarios, and I meant 4 solo scenarios that can play as a campaign. There's a lot of stuff that you're going to be able to use for the market, that you're going to be able to use in other games, that you do not have to use this particular expansion for. Another masterpiece from our friends over at Chip Theory Games. Now we're going to look at a few other things. Here we have the miniature expansion for the Uprising and Horizon's Wrath. It is not necessary to get this, but I really think that you're going to want to get this because, again, having these miniature spires on the map is just absolutely fantastic. They don't come like this. These are actually primed. So by the time you see this, you'll probably see that we have done a live painting to show you how to paint all these. And I've got these primed up and ready to go, but they are absolutely beautiful and just scream, hey, can you do us a favor? Can you paint us? And I am more than happy to oblige. You're definitely going to want this, especially if you're going to get the 2 new Horizon's Wrath and the Uprising expansions. It just adds to the theme and immerses you more into the story. Now the final part that I want to talk about here is the upgrade pack. Update pack. What this does is the people that were original backers that got this game when it originally came out, it fixes a lot of things and changes a lot of things. So number one, you're going to be upgrading some cards and relics. I haven't done mine yet, but that's okay. Also, what's going to happen is you are going to get a bunch. You're going to have to replace some of the discs out there. Now, one of the things that I highly suggest before when you do this is as you do this, and if you think you did it right, that's great. But I would put it all back into this box after you swap everything out. Put the old stuff in this box, and just keep it in case you miss something. That way you have everything for you. You're also going to get a new solo book, and you're going to see this is the 2.0 version. You're going to get a cooperative scenario, which will be the 2.0 version. You're going to get all new play mats. Okay, which is going to really help you out because it really gives you, I really like the layup of this and how this looks compared to the other one, and it corrects a lot of things. The Greed Scenario book, if you've got that expansion, that's going to help a lot. This right here, and first we're gonna just talk about this first. The updated rule book, the 2.0, which fixes a lot of things and makes things a lot easier. So, you know, here you have this very complex game, but yet it just stands out perfectly. The update pack comes with an instruction on how you're going to do everything and how you're going to swap everything out. It really tells you, hey, you know, just take your time. It shows you what's got to go in each, the base set, the Greeds, the Portal Seekers, and how to update your copy of Cloudspire. But right here, this to me is the gold of this particular box, and that's the rules reference guide, because it makes it a lot easier instead of having to search through the rule book. This really gives you everything that you need. I think the real home run here is this back page here, where it really helps. I always have a trouble remembering where the terrain is. It gives you a wave selection, how many source and CPs you're going to have for each wave. It explains the attack, the range, the fortifications, how it works with a hero, a spire, heroes and minions, what they're able to do if they're able to level up. Of course, minions can't level up, and how things, what happens when things get defeated, and so forth and so on. It does everything and gives you step by step without fumbling through the rule book. Okay, sometimes when you're just starting to get this game, you're going to play a bit, and then a question's going to come up, and you're going to run through the rule book. This takes that away. This takes that away because everything is right here, easy to find, and doesn't slow your game down. So this is definitely a fantastic blessing, is this upgrade kit, along with everything else that you've seen here today. Just very excited about this, and really enjoyed doing this, and make sure that we're going to be doing a live play of this very, very soon, so we have a great time. Let's go up top and get my final thoughts and get on out of here.
What do you say about a company like this? That just, its imagination, its passion, its desire to just continually put out unbelievable stuff. This is why they, I don't think they get the credit they deserve in how brilliant they are. For me, I'm always blown away by anything that they do, and they're just a fantastic, wonderful company, and I think you should support them. Check out some of their games if you're unfamiliar. Too Many Bones, which is a masterpiece. Hoplomachus, which I'm surprised I was even able to say that. Probably one of the greatest gladiator games ever made. And of course, Cloudspire, which is just absolutely fantastic. And if you don't have it, I suggest that you get your hands on it. This is a great company. You can get it at chiptheorygames.com at their store. They will be more than happy to sell you one. That's for doggone sure. And it is just an experience second to none. All the new stuff you'll see here. And if you haven't seen it already, even though we showed you the primed miniatures, we're going to be doing a tutorial on how to paint your miniatures. So without further ado, until next time, it's your old pal Rob saying, we'll see you soon.